How's it going, everybody? This is Matt from ABT. Today, our lesson is going to be on Job Hunting 101. Now, a lot of the jobs that you're going to find yourself applying for are going to be an online application process. That is for a different lesson. Today, we're going to be talking about good old-fashioned job hunting in person, in the place of business, and going in and giving our best foot forward to see if people are hiring and how we can apply to that job and give ourselves the best chance to go do that. So what we're going to do today is the first thing that we're going to talk about is what you need to go and do that and how we're going to carry that out and what we need to look like. So the first part for getting this done today is you're going to need a plan. And that plan, we're going to start out, we're going to pick a day and a time to go get that done, and then we're going to pick a place. This is going to vary depending on where you live and what's around you and how available transportation is to you. So what you want to do is you want to map out where you're going to go, and the goal here is to hit as many places as possible. I want you guys to remember that this is a lot like fishing. You're going to have to cast off in a bunch of different places, and the really good thing about this is that the more places you go, the better you're going to get at going in and seeking out whether a place is hiring or not, and if they are, how to leave them with the best impression and why they should call you back. Once you've selected a time and a place, and the places that you want to go in general. Now, you might find as you kind of go through this process that you might discover more places to apply for, and that's great. That's what we want you guys to figure out, is that there might be a lot more businesses in that one area that you're starting to go to. Take time out and visit them all if you can. Try to stack as many as you can in there. So, the things that we're going to need before we walk out the door is we're going to need copies of our resume. We're going to want to have them in a folder of some kind that's professional looking in order to make sure they don't get creased, and that when we're handing out that resume, the job owner has a nice, crisp, clean copy of the resume that you built with us during the JRT portion. The next thing that we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about how you need to look and present yourself. Before we go out, we want to make sure that our hygiene is on point, that we're showered up, our teeth are brushed, and that we're looking as best we can. Once we have a plan in place, we know where we're going to go, we know the day, the time, we know how we're going to look. We're going to talk a little bit more about what we want to look like when we're there. So take a look at the next few pictures that we're going to put up in this video on what it looks like and how we want to look to go out and get dressed before we start looking for these jobs. So take a look at the pics, and I'll see you in a minute. Notice in the first set of pictures, the young man is wearing a backwards baseball hat, Nike tennis shoes, and a t-shirt with his favorite superhero. This is not an appropriate attire for Job Hunting 101. He looks too casual, and it looks like he's not making much of an effort to do this. And this is the impression that you can leave with somebody you're trying to get a job from, is that you're not making much of an effort and that you're not really all that interested in the job. And we're back. So now that you've kind of talked a little bit about the dress and we've shown you a couple of pictures, we don't expect you to go job hunting dressed like you're going to an interview. That's probably a little over the top. But the reason we want you to pay attention to how you're dressed is it's very possible that the person that you are talking to and inquiring about a job for might actually be the person that decides whether or not to hire you. So that's why we want to have that professional presentation. We want to make sure that we have a positive attitude. We want to have a good greeting, confident handshake, and we want to ask the right questions, which is, one, introduce ourselves, make sure that greeting's on point, ask them how their day is going, and ask them if they are hiring. If they say yes, we want to follow that up with what's the best way to apply. From there, the conversation is yours, and we're going to start utilizing all those good skills that you learned in the mock interview portion. The good news is, if you're seeing this video, it means you're nearly complete with all of your JRT, and we will be seeing each other soon to actually go out and put this Job Hunting 101 into practice. Thanks a lot for listening. Hope to see you soon.